What's up guys, No Life here. Today we're going to continue the How To Ballad series and we're going to start with Yellow Deku. So let's hop right into it. The first section, what are some problems I see with this character? Well, first off, his alpha. Despite this being his best skill and arguably one of the best skills in the game, like overall, it's also got some issues that makes it not really line up with some other skills of very similar natures, and I don't really understand why. We're going to start with mentioning its ammo count. It only has 6 ammo at level 1 and goes up to 8. This is actually rather low for a no knockdown alpha of this nature. Some other prominent examples of knockdown or no knockdown alphas are Red Bakugo. He has 10 ammo. Same with Strike Toto. He also has 10 ammo. Both of these characters have alphas that are very similar to Yellow Deku's in a lot of ways. And I don't understand why Yellow Deku has less ammo than them, despite having the same idea behind his alpha, being in just a no knockdown spammy option. It's kind of weird. I'm also not particularly a fan of how little Snipe Shot does for the character. It hits like nothing. This is so bad. For some other things that seem very awkward and weird about the character is his beta. This tracking that it has often doesn't actually help it. Let me see if I can get a clip of it. Often doesn't actually help it because it means that it can't track rolls properly. Okay, Ochako, why are you rolling that way now? Okay, whatever. But it means that it has some issues properly tracking rolls a lot of the time. It looks fine there, but against like higher moving targets, it's definitely got its own problems. Well, now that just didn't even track at all. Come on, game. Like that. That right there is a primary example. It doesn't really have that same level of like prediction element because it's kind of just got the whole force tracking, which makes it really bad at actually working as your close quarters tool. The final thing that I would deem pretty weird about the character is that he's kind of designed intentionally to be like an all-rounder, I feel like. However, his supportive capabilities are actually quite bad. He has the carry to safety, yes, but it ends up being kinda lackluster and not really working out a lot of the time, which puts Yellow Deku in a role where he's very much so just a backline beamer. And while I don't want to change this about him, it's become part of his identity, and being simple and straightforward as a backline beamer, I would like to give him some changes in order to hopefully, like, fix this issue with him. So, on to section 2 with some suggestions. The first suggestion is that it will change his alpha ammo count to match Strike Toto's. And what I mean by that is that it will now have 10 charges at level 9, with what Toto has here, and at level 1, it will have 8. So plus 2 ammo at all levels. This is a simple ammo buff to put him more in line with the other beamers, and considering his lack of options in a lot of other scenarios, being very alpha oriented as his main, well, only real source of damage, I think a change like this is very valid. The second change I would make, Snipe Shot. This will receive a flat 20 damage increase at every level. It will now be doing 100 at level 1, and at level 9, will now be doing 120. This is simply to make Snipe Shot more competitive, while hopefully not making stuff like this too strong, just randomly going in for Snipe Shots in the middle of your alpha, which is why it was nerfed to begin with. Either way, I would like to see Snipe Shot have some viability back. The third change regarding his beta is its tracking will be removed entirely. It is also worth mentioning that it has a frame rate issue regarding its startup. I would fix this issue, and I would make it start up at all frame rates. Current PlayStation startups, like current 60 FPS. So that is an important note. I would also remove the skills tracking entirely. That way, if you wanted to catch rolls, let's see.
Faster.
Okay, come on, Nita. Why are you changing your roll direction like that? Come on.
Let's win this.
That way, if you want to catch rolls, you can do so. You just simply have to aim your skill.
Even faster.
Yeah, instead of the game doing that for you. This might seem like a nerf, but I think it'll do more good than bad, simply because it gives him the ability to have that prediction to his beta that other skills of a very similar nature have. Think characters like Strike Hawks. His beta has no tracking whatsoever, which allows him to line it up to catch rolls extremely well. I would like to give this type of idea to Yellow Deku. The hitbox might need to be increased, but we'll see. That'll be in probably the third section. Another change I'll be making to him real quick is his HP will be going up to 350. This is to closer match the new average that I am attempting to go for. His HP will now be among the medium of the cast rather than on the lower end with 350 health. Alright, now for the final change, in order to help potentially make him more of an all-rounder, Yellow Deku's Black Whip will now let him pull downed allies towards himself. All he has to do is land the Black Whip against a downed teammate, and it will pull them towards himself. This way, he can easily pull like a downed teammate from far away with a level 9 Black Whip and pick them up immediately. I think this will help potentially make him more supportive while still having his damage output that he has now. Alright, on to section 3. If these changes make the character too strong, the first change I would look into is his base alpha damage. I would potentially reduce level 9 alpha from 80 down to 75. This might seem like a harsh nerf, but that's why this is in the section of only if Yellow Deku is considered too strong. Reducing his base alpha tap damage in exchange for more ammo and snipe shot would probably make sense for the character's design. Outside of that, potentially reducing snipe shot damage a little bit more if that ends up being the problem, or maybe down power. Whatever else ends up being the problem will be the next thing to look into. If it's not enough and the character needs more buffs, I would focus primarily on buffing the cooldown on his Gamma at lower levels largely, potentially giving it a whole rework, giving it slight increases in damage, like maybe making a direct Black Whip hit do 20 damage at level 1 and 30 at level 9. That way you can give it damage increases for levels and make its cooldowns more stagnant, similar to how his beta is, having a long cooldown that then gets reduced. Anyway, I think that's it for Yellow Deku. I think that's all the changes I want to make. Let me know if you agree with the changes I made. I will put the entire list of changes in the description of this video, which should hopefully make it easier for you to look over it and see what changes I made all in one spot, see whether or not you liked them or not. Thank you all for watching, and that's it for today's video.